the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Ms. Moreno, are you the mother of Maverick, Gage, and Journey, the children who are the subject of this suit?
Yes.
And Maverick and Gage, I believe their parentage was determined at a previous hearing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Who is the father of all three of those children?
Ryan Sufientes.
Okay. Now, what is Journey's date of birth?
12/29/21.
All right. So counting back about 9 months from that, that would put Journey's conception at around possibly the end of March, beginning of April in 2021.
Yes.
Okay. Around that time, thinking 30 days before and 30 days afterwards, did you have sexual intercourse with anybody other than Ryan Cifuentes?
No.
All right. So is it your testimony then that there's no chance that anybody other than Ryan Cifuentes could be the father of Journey?
Correct.
And therefore it's your testimony that he is the father of Journey?
Yes.
Okay. Now I noticed, and the judge noticed earlier, that Journey's last name is Moreno. Did you want to change that last name, or did you want to leave it the same?
I want to leave it the same.
Okay. And as far as you know, does Mr. Cifuentes have any other biological children besides the three that we're talking about here today?
He does have one.
And how old is that child?
She's 2.
Okay, so she's actually younger than Journey, is that right?
Yes, she'll be 2 in May.
Okay. Now, I stated a moment ago, Mr. Cifuentes was adjudicated to be the father of Maverick and Gage. Was he previously ordered to pay support for Maverick and Gage?
Yes.
Has he always paid support in full and on time?
There was times where he would miss because he was out of work.
Okay, so he's behind a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, and Your Honor, I'd offer into evidence the Attorney General's pay record. It's an updated version of the copy that was attached to the pleading, and I offer that as State's Exhibit number 1.
Any objection, Ms. Moreno, to that exhibit coming into evidence?
No, ma'am.
Okay, State's Exhibit 1 is admitted.
Now, Ms. Moreno, do you feel like you can communicate with Mr. Cifuentes to make decisions for the kids together, like deciding where they go to school, making medical decisions, directing their religious education? Or would you like to have those decision-making rights for yourself, and he would have the right to visit with them, but wouldn't be able to make those other decisions?
Yes, I would like to have the right.
Okay. And have you just been having trouble communicating with him to make those decisions?
Yes, it's hard to actually be on the same page with him.
Okay. And I noticed that along those same lines, that in your previous order, that there was a non-disclosure order that kept your address and your phone number out of the order. Did you want that order to continue?
Yes.
Okay. As far as visitation goes, has Journey visited with Mr. Cifuentes?
He has. He's taken her to the park, but it's only been for maybe an hour or 2. And he's never actually had her stay for a whole full day, or never had her for a weekend or anything. So he just brings her back.
Okay. Now, I noticed in your last order that there was sort of a phased-in possession order for the 2 older boys, Maverick and Gage. Do you feel like a phased-in visitation order would be appropriate for Journey?
Yes.
Okay, but you feel that eventually Mr. Cifuentes would be able to have a standard possession order?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any feelings of how many visitations would need to happen before Journey could start progressing toward that standard possession order?
I'm not actually sure. I don't know.
Okay. Now, in your previous order, there were 10 at each phase. Do you feel like that many are required, or maybe not as many?
I wouldn't actually know.
Okay. Okay, but he's right as of right now, he's only had her for maybe an hour at a time.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. What kind of health insurance do the kids have right now?
They have Medicaid.
Okay. Do you know what kind of work Mr. Cifuentes does for a living?
I don't know what he does now. I just know what he used to do. He was an electrician.
Now, in addition to support going forward for Journey, you can also ask for retroactive support going back to the date of her birth, if he hasn't been providing support for you. Did you want to ask for retroactive support, or did you want to just start fresh February 1st and go from there?
We can do the retro.
Okay. Has he provided any support for Journey?
I do ask for help, but he's always saying he has no money, so.
Okay. So he hasn't given you anything specifically for Journey?
He just, if he sends me something, it's always for the kids. He just
Okay.
puts kids, yeah.
He just puts the kids, but not specifically for Journey?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, Judge, I'll pass the witness.
Okay. Ms. Moreno, do you have any other testimony that you would like to share?
No, ma'am.
All right. Next witness.
I call Marilyn Navaro.
Okay, Ms. Navarro, will you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can lower your hand. You may proceed.
All right, Ms. Navarro, what do you do for a living?
I work for the Attorney General's office, the Child Support Division.
And as a child support officer with the Attorney General's Office Child Support Division, do you perform investigations into the income and resources of some individuals?
Yes, sir.
Did you investigate the income and resources of Ryan Sufientes?
Yes, sir.
And what were you able to uncover?
There is 3 different employers that reported for the third quarter of 2024. The first employer reported $4,482.21. The second employer reported $5,336.42. And the third employer reported $4,828.56. All those were reported for the third quarter of 2024 for Mr. Sufientes.
Okay.
For the second, go ahead.
I was going to ask, did you have a number for the second quarter of 2024 as well?
Yes, sir. For the second quarter of 2024, one employer reported $17,144.93.
Okay. Did you have anything for any earlier quarters?
Yes, sir. For the first quarter of 2024, it's $10,436.51.
Okay.
And it does go into 2023 and 2022 as well.
Okay. With that same employer or with other employers?
With different employers.
Okay. So that figure, the 10,000 for the first quarter, that may not have been a complete quarter or complete employment for all the months of that quarter. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Ms. Moreno, you have any questions of Ms. Navarro?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Navarro, so in 2023, the fourth quarter, does it have a complete amount or seem to be a complete amount in the fourth quarter?
For 2023, Your Honor, there was not a fourth quarter.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are excused, Ms. Navarro.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Buonasquek.
All right, Judge, I believe that's it. The state rests.
The state is rested. That means they have no further evidence or testimony. Ms. Moreno, do you have any further evidence or testimony?
No, ma'am.
All right. Close, Mr. Buonasquek.
Judge, since I believe that the 2 most recent quarters that we have are the most complete, I did my calculations based on those. The 2 most recent quarters being the 3rd and 2nd of 2024. And for those, calculating those together and dividing by the months, I came up with a gross monthly income of $5,298.69. And assuming a Medicaid payment of $75, I came up with a guideline support amount with 3 children on the order and 1 other child that he's obligated to support of $1,191. Step down amounts of $979 when the first child emancipates and $762 when the second child emancipates. I did not calculate a retroactive award because I didn't have those figures available. So,
Okay. All right, Ms. Moreno, are you requesting anything other than what the Attorney General's office has requested?
No, ma'am.
Give me just a second. Okay, I do find that there is sufficient evidence to establish Mr. Sufientes as the father of Journey Grace Moreno. No last name change was requested. The child's last name will remain Moreno. I will name Ms. Moreno the sole managing conservator of the child, with Mr. Sufientes being a possessory conservator. Ms. Moreno will have the exclusive right to determine the primary residence of the child without regard to geographic location. I will order a non-disclosure of Ms. Moreno's information. I will order a child support judgment against Mr. Sufientes as of January 20th, 2025 in the amount of $8,832.09. I will order a medical support judgment against Mr. Sufientes, same date, January 20th, 2025, in the amount of $3,520.71. I will grant a retroactive child support judgment in the amount of $3,000 for 37 months. This is a support difference for the child that has not been established. And I will order a payout of $100 towards the child support total and $50 payment towards the medical support. I will order a modified possession schedule similar to the prior modified possession schedule. So it will be the parties can agree to any type of visitation or possession that they want to, absent an agreement. It will be a stepped down step up, I guess, phased in type of possession with for 10 periods of possession for each phase. Mr. Buonasquek, do you have just the standard form that you can place those 10 possession steps into?
yes, Your Honor. If we go by the schedule of the previous order, let me pull that one up real quick. It would be 10 visits on the first, third, and fifth Saturday from 1 to 5. 10 visits from 1 to 5 on the first, third, and fifth Saturday, unsupervised. The first phase would be supervised by Ms. Moreno or a competent adult designated by Ms. Moreno. The third phase would be first, third, and fifth Saturday for 10 periods from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then the last would be beginning at 6 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth Saturday and ending at 6 p.m. on the following Sunday for 10 periods.
Okay, and I'm going to modify that last one night overnight from 6 p.m. Friday to 6 p.m. Sunday. 6 p.m. Saturday, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so Friday to Saturday.
Oh, so Friday to Saturday instead of Saturday to Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Got
and
it.
then that will flow into a standard possession order after all of those have been completed in total. Current child support will be set based on the gross $5,298. Current child support will be set at, and also giving credit for one other child. So 3 children, $1,191, stepping down to $979. And then after 2 children have emancipate, down to $762 per month. Those will begin February 1st, 2024. Ms. Moreno will be ordered to maintain health insurance through a government health insurance program. Current medical support will be set at $75 per month beginning February 1st. I think I said 2024, but 2025. So $75 per month beginning February 1st, 2025. Court costs will be assessed against Mr. Sufientes to be paid 1 year from today's date. Any party can ask for a new hearing on any of the issues I have ruled on today by filing a trial de novo with the Crosby County District Clerk's Office within the next 3 days. It must be in writing. It must specify the portion or portions of my ruling in which a new hearing is being requested, and notice must go out to all of the parties on the case. Mr. Buonasquek will draft the order. He will submit it to me for signature, and then a copy will go out to you, Ms. Moreno, and to Mr. Sufientes.
Okay.
I believe that addresses all the issues. Is that correct, Mr. Buonasquek?
I believe that's everything, Your Honor.
All right, that concludes the hearing, and you're free to disconnect from the Zoom meeting.
I went to work and my boss gave me a call around 9:30 saying that Michaela showed up with 3 horse trailers to my house to start loading things out of there.
Has she told you she was going to do that?
No.
And she told you that she intended to take the children?
She said that if it didn't go well, I wouldn't be able to say goodbye to the kids.